What's good, fellas? Welcome to this presentation. This is Trey. The topic for today is he who controls, or he who cares less controls the relationship. All right? He who cares less controls the relationship or controls the frame of any interaction or conversation you're having. Right? So, what does this mean? Well, I want to look at the Joker. If you look at the Joker, the character of the Joker, the supervillain in the Batman movies, if you notice, he seems to have a lot of power and a lot of control in different situations. Like, even though he's crazy or whatever, he's always like wrecking havoc, and he's always able to allow his destruction to actually happen. Like, he's unstoppable basically. And I noticed one thing that the Joker does really well is he just does not give a fuck. He does not care. He's not afraid to die. He's not afraid if you fuck him up. He's not afraid if you laugh at him. He's just gonna laugh with you. And I notice that is a very powerful trait to have, is where you can laugh at yourself. You can laugh at yourself. You can laugh at life. You can laugh at the girl. You can laugh at the situation. You just don't give a fuck. Now, it's a very interesting game because it's like you do have to give a fuck, but you don't have to give a fuck. It's a very weird thing. Like, obviously you have to give a fuck, like you have to actually care about the person, if you're in a relationship with them, but you also have to be willing to walk away. That's really what it comes down to. You have to be willing to walk away. You have to have an abundance mindset, meaning if it doesn't work out with this girl, there's always plenty of other women you can get with. And that gives you your power, right? That gives you the most control. You notice in a relationship, when you really start getting attached to a girl, you start to feel like you don't have that much power, because if she says no, or she can't, come and see you, or if she doesn't want to have sex, or whatever the case may be, you'll start to feel like you're losing her. Like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, because in the beginning, you know how relationships go in the beginning, like you're all over each other and she's all over you and she's, very compliant. But over time, she'll start to get a little, little testy, because she feels more comfortable with you and stuff like that, and you might have gotten a little too attached and maybe caring a little bit too much. So you got to pay attention. Like, anytime you feel yourself getting too attached to a girl, or like she says something and it triggers you and shit like that, you got to understand you're caring too much. You got to like chill out. You got to relax. You got to detach a little bit and be willing to walk away. Be willing to end the relationship. Be willing to move on to a next girl, because that is your power. If you're not willing to let go, if you're not willing to walk away, guess what? She has the power in the relationship, right? Because we got to remember, it's very easy for a woman to get a man, like, very quickly, right? All they got to do is just get on Tinder or whatever and show show their body a little bit, and men are gonna flock very quickly. And for us men, it's not as easy, right? Like, we can get women, but not as easily as they can get men. That's the point I'm making here. So we got to remember this. So the only way we can really balance this out is just to have this mentality of, you know what, I'm a man, I don't need a woman, right? Like, if I'm with a woman, it's because I want to be with her, but I don't need her. So that means I can cut her off at any point. Okay? If she gets disrespectful, if she's just not compliant, if she's like switching up her attitude or whatever the fuck's going on, if she's breaking your boundaries, you got to be able to set consequences. There needs to be a consequence, right? It could be you withdrawing, meaning you just stop giving her energy, you stop putting your time into her. It could mean you end the relationship. It could mean you just go start fucking with some other girls, whatever it is. But there needs to be a consequence when she starts disrespecting you or doing any weird shit, right? So we got to pay attention to how attached we are, how much we care about the woman. Like, yes, we should care about her. Like, okay, yeah, that's my woman, but not too much where we're starting to, you know what I mean? When we start bending and compromising, like, that's where we got to pay attention. Like, when that happens, because it can happen and you don't even notice it. Like, oh, I'm getting kind of soft. Let me tighten up here. I'm getting kind of soft, or I'm getting kind of, like, you just bend it, and before you know it, the role will change very quickly. Like, she will end up becoming the masculine or the alpha, and you drop to the beta. Not to say you can't bring it back up, but I'm just saying it's better to just stay alpha the whole time. Stay masculine, but you got to be careful, because these girls, they know how to seduce you. They know how to make, make you fall in love and shit like that, and that's when they get control. So we gotta, you know what I mean? We gotta be conscious, man. We gotta be conscious. We gotta be intelligent, and we don't want to get so emotional because that's how they fuck with you. So that's why I've been making these videos about, you know, being a man of discipline, being a man of willpower, you know, being a man of intelligence, being a man of logic, okay? Because they get us with emotion. That's how they get you. So you gotta be careful. And emotions, anytime you feel yourself doing something and you didn't even consciously think, that means an emotion drove that action. So we gotta pay attention. What emotion is it? Is it an emotion I chose? Or is this just some emotion that came about? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I pay attention to. Like, that's the issue I have with emotions, because they just come and go whenever they feel like it because of the programming in the mind. So that's where the willpower, like I have a morning routine in the morning, every single morning, that I do to make sure that I get in this state of mind, understanding that I have willpower, I have discipline, I have the ability to override my emotions and my feelings, because emotions and feelings are what gets you to take an action that you regret later. How many times have you taken an action that you regretted later? It's because an emotion or a feeling directed that action, but you probably knew at the time it's probably not something you should do, but you still did it anyway, right? So we got to get more powerful than our emotions, right? Our willpower, our discipline, our intelligence needs to be valued higher than our emotions, because that's how the girl plays the game. The girl is not physically stronger than us. She can't whoop our ass. She can't do anything like that. But one thing she can do is get us emotional. You know, get us emotional. She knows what to say. She knows what to do to get us emotional, don't they? That's one thing I notice with women. They're really good at this. They're really good at getting us emotional. So we got to be, you know, I see what she's doing here. I see what she's doing. So we that's why we have to have boundaries. So if she oversteps the boundaries, then consequence. Okay, but she stays within the boundaries, okay, whatever. Do what you want. Have fun with the relationship. Just make sure you don't. So that's why your boundaries need to be set, and you need to know what kind of relationship you want to have, how the conversation should be, how the communication should be. You got to let her know, okay? Because or else you're going to find yourself getting emotional and fucked up and all this stupid shit. All right, so that's the advice for today. Apply it, you know, be a beast, you know, take responsibility for your life and create the dating life of your dreams, man, and the relationship of your dreams. And if you like some help, if you like to work together one-on-one, let me know. I have a coaching program called the Unbreakable Beast Program. I help you develop more confidence, more grounded masculinity, more authentic expression, more leadership. I hope you do this through action steps. You know, in regards to code approach, we're going to get out there, do some approaches, man, talk to some women, build up our confidence, get more comfortable with approaching women and being around feminine energy, learn how to lead it better, learn how to communicate better, learn how to be the men that we truly want to be. All right, so if you're interested, hit me up. I'll give you the details, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.